Wonderful good morning. We are approximately 28 weeks out of my first half-distance Ironman in Austria. And I must say that things are going pretty okay. There are some problems here and there, but I think we're getting through pretty good. We're doing very well on the bike, and there's a reason behind that. I got a new TT bike, and I said that I don't want to spend more money on new bikes, but here we are. Yeah, I got a TT bike. I was performing on my road bike before on the Smart Trainer. However, I felt that if I will be doing my triathlons on a TT bike, that I need to train on a proper TT bike. I will do a separate video on my bike. Oh my God, I love it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And everybody who knows me knows that I have a little problem with spending money that I might don't have. However, I have a spending problem, and therefore I think I've spent enough on that bike that I hopefully don't need a new bike in the next 5, 6, 7, 10 years. Well, that's about the bike. I'm having a lot of fun. Yes, the running is paused for now. It is paused because I have shin splints. If you can remember, I did a video a few days ago about how to get rid of shin splints, and I didn't do that by accident. I actually had to do them myself, those exercises, those recovery tips, because I have a pretty bad case of shin splints. I'm not running for 2 weeks now, and I feel they're getting better. So I think the key is to really stay away from running the most time when you're having shin splints and start your recovery. I'm doing pretty well. It's getting better. We're getting there. So I hope that I can start running in 2 weeks again. But I think that I'm building up my endurance on the bike currently, which is pretty helpful. With the swimming, well, most of you can remember that I could not swim properly a couple of months ago. So the first step for me, and that was a huge achievement actually, is that I started swimming that I do not drown. So I developed a swim technique to get from A to B without drowning. Well, that went pretty well, and this was a nice experience for me because I finally could swim 1.5 kilometers, 2 kilometers without pretty much stopping, but I swam them in like ages. I was so slow and so excited that I realized, it's not just all about learn how to get from A to B. I mean, it was all I was doing was surviving in the water through a distance. And we analyzed that actually, what my problems were, but I started working on those problems, on those several parts of my stroke that are making me slower. But those are not the issues actually. I realized that my issue is far more in the beginning, and that I mistrained myself, wrong techniques in order to survive. But whatever I was doing there, whatever my stroke was, it was not an efficient stroke to get forward with less energy and to not be tired and exhausted after 2 or 3 laps. So whatever I was doing there was called surviving. I got recommended a book. It's called Total Immersion. This book, written by Terry Laughlin and John Delves. I'm gonna put the link to the Amazon Kindle down there. This book, I'm now 150 pages into it. And even after 150 pages, there is not even a single drill they started in those first 150 pages. This book is all about teaching you how you have to feel in the water, in what is important for your mind and for your body to balance yourself, to be as energy efficient as possible, and to be peaceful in the water. If you do not have these attributes, You're not allowed, like in this book, you're not allowed to swim any laps with your old technique. This book is trying to tell me that I must forget how I was swimming before and learn everything from scratch. So what I'm doing right now is I will be going to the pool in 10 minutes. I made myself some notes, some drills for the first total immersion session. I don't know if you can see this. The first total immersion session. And I'm not swimming any laps here. The book is telling us to stop thinking of mileage, stop thinking of time, and just focusing on the drills until our body and our nervous system is memorizing those skills. So what we're doing here, we're not going to train workouts. We're practicing. We are practicing new skills. And I think when I master these skills, it will be a lot better for my swimming, especially in triathlon, as I think that it's important to not exhaust myself in the swim leg when doing a triathlon. Getting out of the water, hopping on the bike, and then running a marathon afterwards. I think I gotta be as energy efficient as possible. So in today's sessions, we are having 2 drills. And that's it. No lap swimming, no mileage. I'm gonna do these drills until I master them and until I feel comfortable in the water doing them. The first drill is a basic balance on my back, and the second drill is called sweet spot. What we're doing there with the first drill is that I try to get on my back and try to balance myself with low kicks, with really, really quiet kicks, and see how I feel, or until I feel, I would say, comfortable in the water, until I can move forward just with my legs. My hands and my arms are not allowed to do anything. The message of this exercise, of this drill, is to see my lungs as a buoy. And if you press the buoy down there, you raise your hips, in theory. I think it was interesting that in this book, he stated that people with dense muscle, low body fat, have it a lot harder to learn balancing. However, with these drills, you can learn them. I mean, I made a video the other day about talking about not having any excuses just because I'm muscular and lean. And I think this is the first guy who mentioned it. And that's why I love it. It's more about the martial arts of swimming. And that's why I love the message of the book, is to have silence in the water, to not fight the water, to be efficient, to be peaceful. And this is what I'm gonna do. I will put some meditation music on my Shocks headphones. I gotta show them to you, actually. They're pretty nice. Those are the Shocks. Those are bone induction headphones. I really love them because now you can put them here. You see? And through bone conduction, it's transmitting waves and you can hear music. It gets even better when you get underwater, and it really sounds like you're having noise cancelling AirPods Max on your head. For real, it's so awesome. One downside is that you have to put your music in the old school way on them. Like you have to download the songs and put them on there. No Spotify, no Bluetooth, no phone. Everything's just in here, like in the old days, huh? I really love them. So I'm gonna put some meditation music on them and we'll practice those 2 drills until I master them, until I feel comfortable. We're gonna take the GoPro with us. Hopefully the pool is not crowded by now. I'm choosing a pool especially where not a lot of people are going to. It's not a fancy pool, but I take my advantage of being alone often so that I can film and I can do my drills in peace. I would say, without further ado, let's go. Well, that was a fail. The first pool was full. When I mean full, really, really full. I purposely chose a pool where I know that there are not a lot of people that are going to, and not a lot, and especially not a lot of good swimmers, right? This is a 25-yard pool where normally just some elderly people are. However, today there were a lot of pro swimmers doing their laps. There were a lot of elderly people aqua jogging crisscross across the pool, like not even in a lane, and a lot of children having fun. So don't get me wrong, I do not say that those people do not deserve to go to the pool as much as me. No, I'm not that selfish. It was just not optimal for me to do the practice, right? To do the drill that I needed to do. And my drill was simply just trying to lay down in the water and floating at the surface. And there was no spot for me because either I was hindering the swimmers or I was hindering the children that were trying to play. So what I did, I found the therapy pool, a therapy plunge. It was like 3 by 2 meters. It was very, very small. It's like kind of a whirlpool, like a hot tub. And I just tried to do my exercises there. However, the tub went on, and there were those, I don't know what it's called, those in English, those who are doing and doing like bubbles in the water, and I was floating away. And then even this hot tub got flooded with people, so I drove to another pool, and I really, really hope that this pool here has a little more space for me to do my practice.
It's full. I hate it.
Otherwise, I must admit to call it a day and try this again in the morning, the next morning, where nobody or no kids especially are there because they will be in school. Let's see how it's going. All right, boys and girls, we are on the way to the gym. After I failed 2 attempts going to the pool, well, 1.5 attempt to be honest with you, as I managed to get in the first pool. I am now driving to the gym. I went home, had a quick breakfast, took a small nap, 30 minutes, and now I'm heading to my favorite gym. The drive takes around 40 minutes, 30 if I'm fast, if the streets are free. We're gonna do an upper body training, as I didn't get to train my push, pull and legs this week. I only did legs at the beginning of the week, and after that I was on a business trip and was not able to do bodybuilding training, proper bodybuilding training. So I got myself a coffee, a post-workout coffee, and a shake. This time I got whey in there and a little bit of clusterdextrine, cyclodextrine, not much, like 10 to 20 grams just to get my blood sugar up after the training. Regarding nutrition, I cut down my carbs a lot. Even though if you're doing triathlon, you do need a lot of carbs. In my case, my priority lays on getting my weight down to be more performant at the triathlon. So that's why I'm relying on my fat reserves and on my muscles that I'm trying to burn in order to get lighter and lighter. Afterwards, when my triathlon training gets advanced, I will try to get my nutrition back up to support my performance. But right now, if I'm eating that much to support my performance, I am hindering myself. So that's why I'm just having a coffee right now and wait, and we're gonna finish this up. So we're back at home. It was a long day. Now we're having some food. We got some bowls from our favorite sushi place and a little bit of sushi. I think this is gonna wrap it up for today. Maybe I will have another shake before sleeping so that I get to my proteins. Yes, I think for today we're gonna wrap it up. The swimming part was kind of chaotic, but I think I got the trick, and I will just keep practicing and keep you guys posted on how it's going. But for this week, I would say that's it. See you next week. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.